The best team so far. Well, it certainly doesn't have any of these geezers in it, does it? £80 million. But what is the best FPL team so far? What if I told you this starting team right here would have only cost 79.5 million at the start of the season, and without a single transfer made or even a captain selected, it would currently have 369 points. Oh, almost first in the entire world without even a captain or any chips played. But don't worry lads, I won't keep you waiting, as I present to you the team that has literally teabagged us all into despair already with this. Now, I will go through the team and have a chinwag and a team talk with all of the players here in a momento, but the very first thing I want to mention is it contains two players that blanked in the first game week. 0 points for them, and is still better than all of us. What? But if this wacky team had a bench still in budget that looked like this, with Jorginho and Gaita being subbed on and playing when the Villa boys were still gallivanting on all day in game week 1, you would have 394 points. Joined first in the entire world. Again, no captain, no transfers, all chips played. Yeah, this is getting a lot worse, isn't it? Okay, but then what if I said you captained your highest scoring players from this team every week? You would have 470 points. 470. Yeah, why do any of us bother discussing FPL for hours and hours when a team like this just beats us all? Like, seriously. Just chuck a blind dart, choose the auto pick, and just let it get on with itself. It's not with the hassle, right? It's just so hard to predict. But again, remember, this is without transfers and chips. So with a few slight changes around the team, a drizzle of transfers and even a little bit of switcheroony of the players here on the bench, and maybe even a triple captain chip in there too, you could have well over 500 points already. Oh dear. I don't even have 200 points. What? But okay. I made you feel bad enough now. No more dagger in your heart from me. So let's discuss these players here to see if we think they are even a great option moving forward, because we definitely know everything in this very predictable league, yes? Yeah. Where we start here with the goalkeeper, the extra large glove wearing best shot stopper in the league. Emmy, still better than Leno Martinez. Only 4 goalkeepers have kept 2 clean sheets so far this season, but only one of them has played 1 less game than the rest, whilst also playing Liverpool, and it's the big arms Martinez here. The Villa defence was actually a box of wet wipes last year, absolute cheeky scrubs, or even Dwight Gale and Jordan Ayew could have scored against them last season. Oh wait, they did. But now, what? Unbreakable force. A wall no one can get through, and have also conceded the least goals out of any team so far. Not bad, eh? So do I think Martinez is a good choice? Is he even that great to just chuck in our team straight away? And I would say to that, abso-freaking-lutely! As not only will he probably keep a decent amount of clean sheets, he also has to make a good number of saves in that team too, and also started at the 99p cheeseburger budget price of only 4.5 million. So could he be one of the best goalkeepers this season in FPL, whilst also starting at one of the lowest prices? Invest quickly, get him! But he probably will be rising in price quite damn quickly here, so you might want to ippity-oppity on that very soon. Timothy Castagna, Timothy Castagna is here next. We're at the start of the season, unproven in the league, playing for a team that proper dipped off at the end of last season, with their form literally jumping off of a cliff. But the start of this season, Leicester have been pretty good. Beating Man City isn't the easiest of jobs, you know, but they did that. But then also beating West Ham is an even harder job apparently, because they didn't do that. But Leicester have been pretty good, and their defence has also been pretty good. But Timothy here, hey, even better pretty good. Where he is currently the second highest goal scoring defender with 1 goal, and the joint first assisting defender so far with 3. Making him have the most attacking returns out of any defender so far, with 1 goal and 3 FPL assists, which also makes him king of the castle, as the current highest FPL point scoring defender in the entire game. He started at only 5.5 million, but he is up to 5.7 million already, but could still be a very sexy option moving forward. But Leicester's fixtures are very hard, with them coming up against the best team in the league, Aston Villa, up next, so might not get him in straight away, eh? But he is certainly not the worst of options moving forward. But moving forward to our second defender here, it's Romain Saiss, who is actually in my team, and he is remaining there for a long time, as he is currently the second highest scoring defender in FPL right now, not only being part of one of the only teams that have kept 2 clean sheets in the first 4 games so far, but he has also got the most bonus points out of any defender so far, getting 5 bonus points in his pocket, along with a goal too. Hey. Now Saiss is at just over 5 million now, and plays for a team that has one of the best defences in the league. Whilst this season, he has been quite damn attacking too, and definitely the main snack attack threat out of the Wolves' 3 centre-backs, but also last game, he played the majority of it at left wing back. Lads, why don't you all have him in there? Just get him in. Best player ever. Totally no bias here from my team. He's a good pick, yeah? With our final defender here, in Aaron Creswell. Should you get him in? Well, I don't know about that. West Ham are just West Ham, aren't they? They've just slapped Wolves and Leicester proper silly, whilst also keeping a clean sheet in both of those games. Not the easiest of tasks, you know, but then they'll probably just go and end up losing against like Fulham and West Brom next, because that's just West Ham, isn't it? And sometimes owning their players in FPL can literally be feet back, relax, no points, just vibes. But then some of them randomly pull out 22 points in 2 games, just like Creswell has gone and done here. So you can just never tell with them really, and they do have some really hard fixtures coming up next. Playing Spurs, Man City, then Liverpool in the next 3. Knowing West Ham, they'll probably win all of them somehow, but I would still probably not recommend Creswell, but he may well keep on scoring all these FPL points, so who knows, because apparently I don't sometimes. But this next player, oh damn son, just the 6 goals and 1 assist in 4 games, was not even playing the entirety of 2 of them. It's gone, my son! Okay, but did we really think he'd go on and score 4 goals against Southampton, and then make a miraculous recovery from his career-ending injury on his hamstring, right? That lasted a whole 4 days to go on and score 2 goals against Man United. Nah, I don't think any of us thought that would happen, right? But he has just been doing quite well, hasn't he? As he's currently the top FPL point scorer out of anyone so far, and is also the current joint top goal scorer in the league without penalties. And then he has also got some very, very healthy fixtures coming up soon. But what do fixtures even mean in this league anymore? Like, anyone's beating anyone. It's just whatever happens. But he does play West Ham, Burnley, Brighton, and then West Brom. So I got a feeling he could score a couple more goals, but you never know. He probably will just go on up and not doing anything for 2 months. But I would rather that happen with him in my team, just in case he does carry on scoring like he has been. So if I was you, get him in your team now. With next, Mor Salasala. Oh wait, he can score normal goals and not just from penalties. With him now having 5 goals in 4 games. Not bad from that one season wonder, right? But even with Liverpool getting absolutely destroyed, demolished 7-2, he still goes and scored 13 FPL points from 2 goals. And he's also just the perfect, greedy, trigger-happy player, always looking to shoot, whilst also on penalties. So, not the worst of options, is he? But he has already rose to 12.2 million, the most expensive player in the game by a little bit now. Ooh. But maybe, with 41 points so far already, might be within good reason. But Liverpool can be loser pool this year apparently, and do have some kind of tough fixtures up next, playing the already champions of the league, Everton next. So I do think you can go without Salah. As you know, he won't score 2 or 3 goals every game, and he is quite expensive. But if you do have him, I definitely wouldn't rush to sell him right now. And yeah, I don't have him, and I do wish I had him, but for his price, I can here, right? So, with next, the player that even with 10 out of 10 performances on the pitch every game, that's still not as bright as his gleaming white gnashers. It's James Rodriguez. He's got an absolute phobia of away games apparently, as he has not had a single goal contribution away from home so far. But then, at home, just the 3 goals and 2 assists in 2 games. Yeah, not bad. I mean, he is and always has been an absolute baller, great footballer that somehow just controls the game with sometimes not even touching the ball. How? But he was an absolute cheap boy at the start of the season, starting at 7.5 million. FPL, are you serious? I mean, he may not get a goal and assist every game, but he is probably going to be one of the highest point-scoring players of the entire year, regardless of price. But then at his price, probably the best value we're going to get this entire season. Like, come on. And no, that is not an overreaction to what's happened so far. Everton are actually going to win the league, alright? They are actually the best team right now. And also have one of the best managers in the world and have decent depth going around the squad as well. So I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. And they also have amazing fixtures coming up next, playing a team that just conceded 7 goals. Yeah, that's right, Liverpool up next to them, so easy win. Yeah, James, get him in. With the final midfielder here to end the middle of the pitch, it's Jacqueline Grealish. He showed us last season that he can perform in the Premier League, creating the second most chances out of anyone, but there was not a single geezer on his team that could finish any of them. But now, they have hat-trick hero Ollie Watkins here, who has already scored the same amount of Premier League hat-tricks that Cristiano Ronaldo and Eric Cantona did. What? With also Bertrand Traore to come in to score some of those goals, along with Barkley and McGinn in the midfield to finish off even more chances that he creates. So surely, he may be able to get just a tad bit more goals and assists than he did last season. Where in his last 2 games, he's kind of just got the 3 goals and 3 assists. Not too bad, I guess. But yeah, they don't play Liverpool every week, so that might slow down a bit. But with the quality they have going around the squad, he could be a great option moving forward, even in bad fixtures. Not quite a must own right now, but definitely on my watch list. Moving on to our forwards with our favourite assist provider, Harry Kane. Now actually, what has Mourinho done to him? Where Harry Kane is currently the leading assister in the league with 6 assists. Double everyone else. What? With the most assists he's ever had in a Premier League season is literally 7. He's won of that already, and he's only played 4 games. Got a feeling he's going to beat that. Thierry Henry is literally quaking in his boots that Kane's going to break his records, but not his goal-scoring records, his assist record. But Harry Kane could be the man to assist you to get in all of the FPL points this season. He's actually only 1 point behind Son as the second highest FPL point scorer right now. So Kane is definitely not the worst of options right now. Also on penalties with some very nice fixtures up next. Also a great captain option. Not bad, is he? With next, our very own special golden boy for the season, Dominic Calvet Lyringoski. Lyringoski, yes? And he is now the only player in the league that has scored a goal in every single one of his first 4 games. With also a nice little hat-trick to sprinkle in there too. So just the 6 goals from him so far, the joint most out of anyone, also not on penalties. I think that is quite impressive, isn't it? But what's even more impressive is he started the season at 7 million. And he's been this consistent already. What? But he kind of has already rose to 7.6 million. So at this rate, he might be the highest priced player ever in FPL. Like, what? But being the main striker in this Everton team, all within good reason, right? And his goal scoring rate is definitely a good enough reason to get him in whilst all of the goals keep trickling in. With the final player in this starting team in the best FPL team so far being Calum Wilson. Like, what is this season? Calum Wilson being in the best team so far, whilst currently being the 7th highest scoring player altogether. How has this happened? But he has actually had 4 goals in 4 games, in not the easiest of fixtures for him too, whilst also stealing 7 bonus points, the most out of any player so far. Hey. But 2 of those goals have been from proper dodgy penalties, so you might want to check matchfiction.com and look out on Fraud Watch, because I don't think those kind of penalties are going to continue for much longer. But getting 34 FPL points in 4 games, while starting at 6.5 million, which has actually dropped down to 6.4 million after he scored all these points. Can I really say he's a bad option right now? I do think there are slightly better options, especially with the fixtures going around, if that means anything right now. But definitely, at this rate, not the worst of options going around right now, is he? And that is the best FPL team right now in terms of points, again, with no transfers or chips played. If this team had made just a few voice cracks, if this team had made a few transfers here and there, wants to also change captain around a bit, and bench some of the players that are here too, it could have way more than this too. But this is also kind of a reminder that no one is going to get maximum points ever, not even in a single game week, never mind throughout an entire season. The winners of FPL have bad weeks all the time. They make bad transfers and they even have captain blanks. You don't have to have an amazing week every single week, okay? And it is never over to try and get that win, or even just keep trying to get that best rank possible, even if you've had a bad start. So don't worry lads, it could be worse, and here's to a good rest of the season where, hey, thanks for watching, and remember...
Don't be a cheeky scrub. Subscribe to Nathan Bacon right now.